Alright, it's time to get back into the swing of things now. Late last week, my power was out for multiple days, and then my internet actually went out, and suffice it to say, I haven't been able to get anything done as a result. However, now everything seems to be back to normal, I hope, and I also have a topic I'm very interested in that I want to talk about. That topic is Royale Streamers. Some viewers may remember my coverage of a shady little organization called Regal Reserve, and today I'd like to focus on a similar group, similar in the sense of red flags and possible deception, because they are operating in a very analogous capacity. The organization is Royale Streamers, or Streamers Royale, or whatever you want to call it. Essentially, it is a massive community of streamers in which lurking, viewership inflation, view botting, and artificial engagement are used rampantly to incentivize smaller creators to join the group, leveraging the appeal of faster partnership and more success on Twitch. These metrics are a lie. Now, by itself, that may not be much of a concern. Streamers consistently utilize new and creative methods to drive up their own viewership. I myself have done it numerous times in the past. Maybe it's giveaways, stream chat points, special sub-events, who knows, but it isn't uncommon, that's what I'm trying to say. But how you attempt to grow your Twitch viewer count is a complicated and sensitive topic that Royale Streamers has found themselves on the wrong side of. Royale Streamers as a community is no small thing. To some, it may ring like a typical Twitch team. A few dozen channels, they host each other, no big deal. But Royale Streamers boasts itself as the largest stream team on Twitch, with over 9,000 direct streaming members, each of those members tapping into their own social circle of viewers and friends, plus a 20,000 member claim on their page info section, which ultimately leaves a community that has a social presence upwards of at least hundreds of thousands, more likely even millions. This is where we get into the basic format. The appeal is pretty simple. Join Royale Streamers, get more viewership, get partner, succeed. At least on a surface level, that is what appears to be the thought process behind all of it. On a very basic level, that's not a bad goal. Royale Streamers operates under the desire to raise metrics, and in a way, so does Twitch itself. They want viewers to watch more streams and interact, etc. But much the same way the community intends to operate as a shortcut for members to achieve those higher numbers, their methodology is also a shortcut when compared to the terms of service for both Twitch and Discord. Royale Streamers has in fact been so influential in the Twitch ecosystem, it might have been the singular driving force behind actual terms of service changes that utilized verbiage to target incentivized chat interaction. What Royale Streamers has done is construct a third-party system of points and rewards that will encourage viewers to watch multiple streamers in multiple tabs, send messages in those chat rooms to stay active in the viewer count, and host one another to continuously boost member view counts. But that point system is nebulous at best, dangerous at worst, and a blatant effort to circumvent the explicit terms of service intentions behind Twitch so as to become more appealing to brands, sponsors, and further members. Here is where the exact specifics become a bit scattered, but a general summary is that Royale Streamers has made a concentrated effort to infiltrate rival communities, track member comings and goings, from where to where, as well as track and analyze everything they are saying wherever possible so as to shut down any potential instance of dissent or ill will. Now, the exact details on how they go about acting against those that criticize them is unclear to me. A decent chunk of information about this topic was gleaned from private direct messages in which users asked specifically to remain anonymous, some videos done by a YouTuber named Trouble Truck, which were very informative, and a live stream in which the heads of Royale Streamers actually did a somewhat open interview on the topic with a streamer named Mosh Crates. The disturbing consensus from my direct message contacts, and seemingly echoed by Trouble Truck and his sources as well, seems to be that Raker, the head of Royale Streamers, will vindictively pursue action against those that criticize him or the community by enlisting other loyal members to attack them. This is where it devolves slightly into hearsay without direct proof, which seems to be rather scant given the level of fear and desired anonymity I have seen myself or heard of being requested, but it effectively establishes that in the largest community on Twitch, things are less than ideal. Now we get to the real violations. Setting aside the entire formula, which is skirting the boundaries in a suspect way that directly benefits those at the top rather than accomplishing the true goal of helping smaller broadcasters achieve their own goals, whether it's partnership or higher viewership, etc., we arrive at member tracking and privacy. Privacy and data tracking is a hot topic these days. The online world has evolved at such a breakneck pace, we now have an entirely new global landscape of social interaction that can be logged and analyzed without the user even knowing about it. Conversations online are no longer akin to their real-world counterparts. The truth is, someone is always watching or listening, and in this case, for members of the team, it is Royale Streamers. The largest piece of evidence by far is this screenshot right here from a previous member of the team. In the shot, Raker, head of Royale Streamers and their entire operation, explicitly says they are not, but that is clearly a typo and was meant to read now, tracking the following, with a list of things such as public messaging activity, who is joining and leaving, and what other discords they are a part of. Again, on a surface level, this may seem insignificant to many people, but when you actually clicked through the Google Doc link, there was a spreadsheet that literally framed it as espionage, which referenced other communities. Combine that with further screenshot proof from Helix, a former member who had even been asked specifically at one point by Raker to become head of espionage and kick it up a notch, of how members are being tracked when it comes to outside Discord servers that they enter, and it becomes very clear Royale Streamers is operating under paranoid governance, which has taken the idea of community management down a dangerous and disingenuous path. Here's where we again need to reference the terms of service, because in order to track some of this information, and by Raker's very own proclamation, there must be or is a bot present in their competitor's Discord, as is directly claimed in the screenshot, but to have a bot in a Discord server, it must be clearly labeled. I myself have some experience, though not much, I guess, with these topics, and there are a host of well-developed Discord bots to invite which provide utility and services. But these types of official TOS-abiding bots would not be possible to send into competing servers. Instead, they would need to utilize stealth tactics and set up a self bot, which is effectively an unlabeled bot that is strictly against Discord terms of service, to infiltrate an account into the competing Discords and then feed out the information that is very clearly being sent. This is no small thing, and could actually result in the termination of their entire server if proven, which would be detrimental to the thousands of members who operate there, as the entire infrastructure they may now even be relying on for their streaming aspirations goes up like a Christmas tree in winter covered in kerosene. But the tracking doesn't stop there. For the complex incentive program to work, you know, the one that results in an inflated viewer count which skirts the terms of service on Twitch, the one that Raker himself has even allegedly admitted is designed to help craft an aura of importance for himself and other top-level members, and again, allegedly even said things along the lines of, if people view bot our members, that's fine, it doesn't matter because it looks good for us, people will think our system is more effective. For this entire system to work, messages must be scanned and user activity heavily monitored. The resulting issue, and to be fully transparent here, I am not an expert on this field beyond my own research into the arena of how it applies specifically to gaming. The resulting issue is that GDPR compliance, as in the effective ability of an organization to disclose and delete all information that they gather from a user at their request, that compliance is in heavy dispute when it comes to Royale Streamers. This atmosphere of confusion and illegitimacy also has other stream teams on high alert. Twitch Kittens, another notable Twitch community, issued a statement specifically aimed at Royale Streamers in which they voiced their concerns, albeit with a very harsh tone that seemed to indicate a deeper personal distaste behind the sentiment. The post was met with a significant amount of backlash, primarily from current Royale members who would reference friendships or other positive interactions that they have had. And before the same thing happens here in the comment section, I would like to make note of a few things to temper that kind of impulsive reaction. As is true with almost any social space online, friendships can form. Those friendships are no less real simply because the framework that facilitated them is badly managed, deceptively designed, and at risk of total annihilation through terms of service violations. My intent is not to disparage the people within Royale Streamers, that is, the individual streamers themselves. I hardly know any of them, and in a community that size, there are undoubtedly thousands of great people that can and do benefit one another. However, just because human beings have a remarkable ability to relate to one another and form social bonds does not mean that any forum, community, or social space in which that happens is de facto reputable, legitimate, or safe. Royale Streamers as a community format has a lengthy track record of suspect behavior, and a lot of what can be leveled against them can be deflected, but prospective and current members should be equipped with as much information as possible. Referencing Trouble Truck's video, there are also allegations of financial discrepancies. I have as of yet been unable to find verification with my own two eyes, but there are instances of advertising deals in which it is claimed that Raker and the other co-founder took a massive 80 or 90% cut and only dispersed a tiny percentage of the actual funds to streamers through their internal partnership program. Their response to this during their streamed interview with Mosh Crates was, well, ask Streamlabs how they do it, which is a non-answer and holds no value in terms of easing speculation that this entire system is being leveraged in a disingenuous way. The Royale Streamers platform, from their website to their Discord server, is built so as to maximize their ability to track users. Many of the tools they utilize come direct from platform APIs, such as Twitch or Discord, but through their website, reconsidering GDPR compliance entirely, it seems highly possible that they are selling user data, alongside leveraging the community size and metric numbers to glean vast majority percentages from advertising deals. This is mostly personal, though well-researched speculation, but when a community is boastful of its stature as the largest stream community on the entire platform, and it's not a small platform, with a track record of warning signs and red flags this long, it's worth understanding that the root cause of its existence may not in fact be benevolence and good faith. I have already heard from a few sources that when criticism is leveled, Royale streamers might retaliate with less than reputable tactics. I am prepared for this, fully. Much like my coverage of Regal Reserve, I would consider this to be a potential opening salvo, if you will, should there be a response that reads as inconsistent or otherwise attacks me in any way. But even with no further developments, my goal is to highlight that a massive community is not necessarily safe, credible, or consistent simply as a function of its size. New and existing members of Royale Streamers should be well informed that the organization they operate within is skirting boundaries, possibly violating terms of service agreements, and severe ones at that, and fulfilling a desire, that desire being increased viewership, without a primary goal of ensuring a healthy internal ecosystem while doing so. In the end, streaming and content creation seems to be a very desirable job, but I would urge anyone interested to heavily investigate shortcuts before taking them, because more often than not, they really aren't quite what they seem. That's it for today. If you want to support, there are links down below: merch, Patreon, Twitter, bunch of stuff, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.